Friends, the name of the man shown in the video was Donnell Herbert. He was also called Don. Don woke up from a coma after 10 years. This is a story that even shocked medical science. Friends, this story begins on December 29th, 1995. 30 years ago, it was morning. In the city of Buffalo, USA, a two-story building had caught fire. A fire brigade team was dispatched to extinguish this fire. Friends, Don Herbert also worked in this fire brigade team. He was 34 years old. A tragic incident was about to happen to Don, who risked his life to put out the fire. An incident that would change Don's life. Friends, Don was still trying to control the fire inside the building when suddenly a part of the building's roof collapsed. The burning pieces of the roof and small pieces of fire started falling on Don's body. Don was now trapped under large tiles. His oxygen mask had also broken. Because of the smoke, Don was suffocating. Meanwhile, the other firefighters had already exited the building, but Don was now stuck inside the building. Oxygen was not reaching Don's brain. More than 5 minutes had passed. Don could have died at any moment. Don was immediately pulled out of the building. He was given an oxygen mask and taken to the hospital. But friends, this accident had changed Don's life forever. Upon reaching the hospital, it was found that Don had gone into a coma. Doctors tried their best, but nothing helped. Don's family and colleagues had arrived at the hospital. Don's wife and children were crying. But now it was too late. Friends, Don had suffered brain damage. Doctors did not see any hope of him recovering. 3 months had passed since he had gone into a coma. And then a miracle happened. Don suddenly opened his eyes. He had come out of the coma. Don's family, his colleagues, and the doctors were all very happy, but Don's condition was still quite bad. Don could not speak properly. He could not even walk. He was confined to a wheelchair. He could barely see properly. But the biggest problem was that Don had lost his memory. He did not even remember his own name. He did not recognize his family. He had no idea who he was, what he did, and what accident had happened to him. Friends, Don remained like this for several months. His family took very good care of him. They tried everything they could to improve Don's health, but unfortunately, a few months later, Don went into a coma again. Don was now like a living corpse. The term living corpse does not sound good, but this was exactly Don's condition. To the eye, he was alive, but he had no idea what was happening around him. He was fed food and water through feeding tubes. After spending some time at home, Don was shifted to a nursing home. His family had even given permission that if Don suffered a heart attack, he should not be revived. Friends, this decision was very difficult, but seeing Don's condition, his family had to make this hard choice. Doctors believed that Don would die within a short time, but Don was still alive. His family continued to take very good care of him. Whenever there was a function at their home, Don's wife would bring Don home. He was included in every photograph. Friends, 10 years passed like this. Imagine the state of mind of Don's family during this period. They thought that Don would remain like this for the rest of his life. But then, after 10 years, an astonishing incident happened. Allah gave Don a new life. Friends, on April 30th, 2005, Don suddenly opened his eyes. Don woke up from the coma after 10 years. It is said that a few months earlier, doctors had changed Don's medication. These medications were for Parkinson's disease and depression. Even the doctors themselves did not expect that these medicines would have this effect on Don's brain. When Don woke up from the coma, he said, "How long have I been in this condition?" He also said that he wanted to talk to his wife. Friends, the hospital staff immediately called Don's wife. Don's family and friends quickly gathered at the hospital. The good thing was that Don recognized everyone, including his friends. He remembered everything. For the next 14 hours, he continuously talked to people. When he was told that he had been in a coma for 10 years, he was shocked. He thought that he had only been in a coma for 3 months. When he saw his youngest son, he could not believe how much he had grown. Friends, Don's condition was still very poor. He could barely see. He could not speak properly. In the following months, he suffered from various infections, and on February 21st, 2006, Don passed away. About a year after waking from the coma, Don contracted pneumonia. A book was also written about his life, The Day Donnie Herbert Woke Up. After his death, one of his sons, Patrick Herbert, also became a firefighter. Don Herbert, who had spent 10 years in a coma, is no longer in this world, but his astonishing story will always be remembered.